defense, and it seemed to embrace the challenge when the offense was sputtering, especially in the first half.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row they've carried us. A bunch of really good players and veteran leadership. So they've done a great job the first 4 weeks really of leading this team, and so hopefully they can keep building on that, and the offense needs to catch up.
Could you talk about the play of Will Smith tonight?
Yeah, he was all over the field. Really proud of him. A senior that does everything right and doesn't say much, just does his job. I think he had 8 tackles and a tackle for loss, so it was fun to see him play.
Can you talk about the change in quarterback and your thoughts on Davis?
Yeah, Davis came in and played okay. Baker played okay. We've got to get a lot better at that position overall, but I told them both they're probably both going to play the rest of the year, and we'll figure it out. But you get a win with 2 true freshman quarterbacks, and made some good plays, made some bad, and that's what you get early on. But we'll continue to get better there.
What's the status of Fredo Morales?
I'm not sure. I haven't been updated on that as soon as I would be.
Could you talk about the fumble recovery for a touchdown?
Yeah, it's a great job. Our defense was swarming, and that's what happens when you're swarming like that, running the ball all 11. And it popped out, and they scooped it up and scored, which we really needed because the offense was struggling in that first half.
Changing quarterback was more due to performance, not injury.
A little of both. He got banged up and hit on his back, and so like I said, we feel like Davis can lead us at any point, and they're both going to be playing, and so Davis went in and made a couple good throws and had some bad ones, but overall that position just has to get better, and they will. We got a bye week to get a bunch of reps in, and then a road game. We'll see where we're at.
Cliff, when you start games week preparation for Kansas, how difficult do you think that quarterback choice is going to be? It's also likely to be a possibility.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm glad we had the bye week to think it over, and as coaches we'll sit down and talk it over, and we'll play whoever gives the best chance to win. And Baker's 4-0 as a starter, and so we'll see how it goes.
How soon do you think Michael will be?
I don't know. That's the thing. They just every day they give me a new update, and he's come a long way from where he was, but I still don't have a timetable exactly.
Coach,
Coach, what is the status of J.J. Gaines?
JJ should be back by next week. He had a little something in his knee, but it was a lot less than we thought initially, and he's walking around and looks good. So I'd expect him back early next week.
can you talk about Amaro's play over the middle? It just seems like that's the low-hanging fruit right now. He was money over the middle tonight, catching the ball.
Yeah, both those guys have a lot of confidence in putting that ball high and letting him go get it, and he's been fearless doing it. And so that's really helped us, especially on third downs. He's made a bunch of big catches over the middle.
Improved tonight. Are you satisfied with where it's at right now?
No, not at all. We had way too many times where we had numbers in the run game and weren't able to produce the yards, and we just got to keep getting better because those backs are good players, but a lot of times there's nowhere to go, so we got to keep getting better at that.
What's your assessment, not just tonight, but the entire year of the red zone offense? Seems like there's a lot of short field goals.
Yeah, got to get better, and that's when you can't run the ball like you'd like to down there, and that comes into play. But proud of Buston. He stepped up and hit a bunch of them, and continue to work down there and find ways to get touchdowns instead of field goals.
Cliff, what was almost kind of going through your mind when it seemed like you kind of had to get more control of that final break big one, but there was a game immediately.
Yeah, I mean, we just had to respond as an offense. We expect to score every time we have the ball in our offense, and I thought our guys did a good job coming back down and making plays after they did.
Talk about what happened on that fumble recovery.
Yeah, it just opened up really, and then Kerry Hyder had picked it up at first. We was trying to push him in, and then guy punched it out, and it was like a blessing from the skies. It dropped right there. I just picked it up and scored.
You guys really seem to embrace the challenge when the offense was kind of sputtering. Was that just a collective effort, or did somebody rally the troops?
No, it's definitely a collective effort. As a defender, we live for moments like that, so we just took that as a collective unit to make a stand right there.
Well, you look like you're playing with so much more confidence and being very decisive this year. What's the difference for you right now compared to last year?
Difference for me, I just feel more relaxed. A lot of things were uptight last year, and I just feel as the defense as a whole, we're all very relaxed this year. So we were able just to fly around, and if we make a mistake, it's just on to the next play.
Is that because of coaching and philosophies from last year to this year?
That adds into it a little bit. The coaches this year, they're very, you can relate to them a lot more, so they understand where you're coming from, and it's just very more relaxed.
Talk about your D-line and how their play improved your play tonight.
They did a great job as always. You know, they get pressure back there. Backs get antsy with the ball. Quarterbacks get antsy. So, you know, that's the perfect time, you know, to try and make a turnover, and that happened a lot tonight.
The touchdown that the defense gave up, you guys went up 20-7, and you had a big 39-yard catch and run that set up the touchdown for Eric.
We knew we had to answer back. We hadn't done we hadn't been doing a good job the entire game as an offense, and the defense had been bailing us out time and time again. So we knew it was our time to get that momentum kind of back on our side. So we knew we had that drive was big for us to get down there and get some momentum back and some points. So it was definitely big.
Bradley, the offense as a whole tonight, did you feel like y'all were how efficient versus how much you left on the table?
We definitely left a lot. We need to finish in the red zone. We pride ourselves in that, and we can't be settling for field goals. And granted, Buston did a great job tonight, setting a score record. He's definitely a good person to be able to have in your corner and to be able to put him through the uprights. But as an offense, we needed to finish it down in the red zone and when we're close like that. And so I feel like we left a lot out there. The first half was definitely not our game, and defense was just played their hearts out today. Played as good as they did, and they put up more points before we did in the firest half. So it was definitely big.
You getting used to having two different quarterbacks throw to?
Excuse me?
You getting used to having two different quarterbacks throw to?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different. I mean, they both have their, their strengths and weaknesses, and, then their unique styles and the way the ball comes out. So it's just something kind of we're used to. We've been doing it the entire fall camp and up till now. So it's two great quarterbacks, just competing each and every week.
How difficult is it to adjust to that during the game?
It's not too big. I mean, they pretty much split the reps in practice too. I mean, it's pretty balanced in where we're kind of used to each other basically, and that just comes with 7-on-7 in practice, and they both kind of work each and every day. So I mean, it's not a big difference for us as receivers.
Can you just talk about the defensive effort tonight, particularly in the first half when really the game was on the line and it seemed like you guys really embraced the challenge?
Well, once again, we feel like this is our game, and that's going to be every week. That's just the mentality we have going into the game. And when the offense isn't rolling like they should be, we just know we have to step up for them. We have their back.
You guys take a lot of pride in that?
Yeah, we do. Take a lot of pride in practice and convert it over to the game.
You see the defense getting better each week?
Oh, yeah, we're definitely improving each week, but there's also things we need to improve on each week. So, I mean, I always have room for improvement for any defense, and any player on defense.
That drive you guys gave up early second half, was that lack of communication?
It was, they had a good play for the defense we were in, and we went and corrected it. One guy didn't get in the gap, and they creased us. But we just had to play the next play. And we knew they weren't going to beat us driving. They just had to, make big plays, and we try to not allow that.
Terrance, these two defensive performances in a row have to be really special for you after coming back from the shoulder. Can you talk about your thoughts on what it's like to be back and to be playing as well as you are?
You don't know what you have until it's taken away from you. And I learned that last year, had a shoulder injury. So when I step on that field, it's just, I go all out because I have nothing to lose my senior year. And proud of the defense. When one guy's not doing good, we have 10 other guys flying to the ball. And we just have to continue that each week and going into conference play.
Other than staying healthy, obviously, what do you see as the biggest difference in your game from this time last year?
I'm a lot more confident in my game. I think last year I kind of lost a lot of confidence, and I credit Coach Mike Smith for that. This offseason he worked with me, and I think he's bringing a good player out of me.